an animal, back to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. I don't care what you think you got. It's not fair what you think you got.
But where else would you rather be 7:30 on a Saturday night than Cowles Stadium? Our house, say the Rams, and they put that on the line tonight when they take on the Southland Sharks in some South's NBL action. Kia ora, and welcome back if you're rejoining us after the DJ Gardner Homes Tauihi game, or just a flat out welcome if you're here for the first time tonight for some South's NBL action on your Saturday night. A very good evening to you. Hugh Baden here alongside Tall Blacks legend Phil Jones. And Phil, we are on the downward slope to the pointy end of the season. The Rams need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Sharks more than happy to play spoiler to everyone's party.
Yeah, I think this is a game that is very important for the Rams to win, and a tough one for them to win, because the Sharks come in really with nothing to lose, and Rams got everything to gain by having an opportunity to sneak back into that top six. So it's a must-win at all costs for them tonight.
Full house here in Cowles Stadium as we have a look at the games already gone so far in round 14. The Shark side went down to their closest rivals, the Nuggets, whose playoff aspirations were also on the line in that one. And then the Airs yesterday, how about them Airs coming back from a 16-point deficit to beat the Bulls up in Pukekohe. Ram Sharks here from Cowles Stadium tonight. Every game with top six implications, and I mean every game in this, the penultimate round. Hawks v Jets tomorrow from Napier, and then a big one Tuesday night from the capital, Saints, who are ominous right now if you are a fan of any of the other 9 teams, against the top of the ladder Nelson Giants on Tuesday night. We'll see what those Giants are made of on Tuesday night in the capital city. 12-4, they lead the league. The Airs are the only team who can catch them at the top. So that will be a big game on Thursday night next week when those two meet, Phil. And you see the Rams, 7th. Well, let me tell you something. Top 6 make the playoffs. So being 7th isn't going to do you any good. So a win tonight will bring them up to 16 points as well. So everything is so important at this point in the season, which is an awesome thing to say, Phil. Looking at the top 6 where 8 teams are still looking to make it.
Yeah, it'd be one of the first years, I think, in the NBL competition that we haven't had a couple of teams tearing away from the rest of the pack. And at the moment, anyone can finish in that top 6 out of the last sort of 7 teams, and even top 1 and 2 are still up for grabs.
Starting 5 for the Southland Sharks, Dacian Knight, Alonzo Burton in the backcourt, Mo King, Braden Inger, a young wing combination, but geez, a talented one. And big, bad Romaro Gill in the 5 spot, looking to swat everything that comes his way. Their head coach, Rob Beveridge.
Rob, rolling into town tonight to play the Rams. How's the team shaping up for tonight's game?
Well, to be honest, we're pretty hurt. I had 7 at practice yesterday, so we got a little bit beat up and a few niggles and stuff like that, but that's what happens this time of the year. I mean, we've had a lot of illness, injuries, things like that, but we're definitely not going to use this as an excuse. We have been playing a lot better than what we have for most of the season, and hopefully tonight we can play unselfish and play together. That's all I want from our boys.
And obviously the playoff run now is sort of out of the picture for you guys. So how do you refocus the guys you have on the team and just finish off the season well? Yeah,
it was one of those things that we haven't been happy with our season, and we just want to finish off the right way. So that's been the focus. Play together, unselfish, and no whinging, no whining, no complaining. We're very lucky with what we do, and we want them to appreciate that and give nothing but their heart and soul out there.
All the best for the game. Cheers.
For the Wheeler Motor Company, Canterbury Rams, Larry Austin Jr., Sunday Detch in the backcourt. There's Taylor Britt, he'll be on the bench, and welcome back from Tall Blacks duty. What a key cog he will be in the run down to the pointy end. Walter Brown, Matt Moyer, 2 of the bounciest in the league on the wings, and Mike Kadina at the 5 spot. Let's hear from their head coach, it's Judd Flavel.
Judd, obviously Sharks rolling into town tonight. You've got Sunday Detch back and Taylor Britt back from Tall Blacks duty. So how's the team sort of shaping up for this game?
Yeah, big game tonight. Great to have those 2 back. Obviously a huge part of our backcourt, and yeah, if our tonight we're going to need them, but we've put in a good week. I think we've had time together, and I think we're probably one of those teams that have been a bit disjointed, I guess, over the last couple of months, but starting to find a little bit of rhythm there. The results haven't been there, but I do feel that we're trending in the right way.
And the Sharks come in, they're obviously out of the playoff run, but a team that you'll need to watch out for because I'm sure that they want to come in here and spoil a party.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of change-up defenses, zone. So we'll put a bit of time into that. And, you know, I think, yeah, it's going to be a battle. They're a tough team. They've got a lot of talent on the floor and no pressure on them. But, look, I mean, if we just, you know, able to keep ourselves, stay to the script, keep guys, 5 guys on the same page, I like our chances. But, yeah, I expect this one to be a good one.
All the best for the game. Cheers.
We'll have a look at the heads-to-head between these two teams. And interestingly and curiously and singularly, the Sharks lead in all 4 of those categories we see on the screen, Phil Jones, which shows you, for the Rams, who are the team who can still make the playoffs, the Sharks can't, how tricky a game this could be. Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, the Sharks show that they've got, you know, the Rams covered in almost every aspect of the game, but the Rams ahead of them on the points table, and that's the, you know, that's this competition this year. Is it's so tight in every aspect of the game, and the Rams just have to come out tonight, and they've got to be locked in, ready to play, because they're playing against a team that's wounded, and you know, they'll come out here and they've got nothing to lose. There's the Rams, and they'll be bolstered by the return of their captain, Taylor Brett, who, returning from a stellar Tall Blacks campaign, who came third at the FIBA Asia Cup, a young Tall Blacks side. Great job by Perry Cameron and his coaching staff and that young Tall Blacks side. And well, remiss of us not to mention Torrey Smith-Milner has 7 3-balls in that 3rd and 4th place playoff. Yeah, he had a really good tournament, and I think earned his spot into the All-Star 5 of that tournament. And he's a heck of a player. Speaking of heck of a player, Mojave King, what a future he has, as we see the TAB odds for this one. The Rams favourite, 67% in the head-to-head. Mojave King will have something to say about that as we see the winning margins. $9 could be coming your way for every dollar you put on if the Sharks win by 11 plus. $2.75 for the Rams. R18, please remember to gamble responsibly. No, it almost feels like every game in the NZNBL is a bit of a gamble this season, with everyone beating everyone. Definitely been some hard ones to pick, and you look at the Giants, and I know that I'm probably a little slightly biased towards the Giants, but they haven't lost a game on the road yet this season, which is unusual, and at home they're about 50%, so tough ones to pick. Look at the shot, just look at the shot. Marty Davison, Reece Hamilton, Regan Ashley. The men donning the whistles in this one. Sunday Datch returns, was back in Australia on personal business, so missed the Rams last game. There's Romaro Gill, 7'2" of him. Coming to chat to Matt Moyer. As this loud crowd at Cowles Stadium gets on their feet and shows the support for the Canterbury Rams. Last home game of the season for the Rams. And there's Moyer and his bounce, who gets up above Gill and comes away with a tip, and that's a popular tip. And Moyer is bouncy, and he has extremely long arms. Big screen from Kanina to start this one. And the ball bounces around. Austin up against Gill. And out of bounds it goes, so... a messy little start. Yeah. Ball bobbling around. And Romaro Gill just walking around with his arms up, touching the hoop. Kadina loves to start with a 3-ball, just Mike Kadina. He definitely thought about it there. Walter Brown from the wing. He's had an impressive season, a breakout season you'd call it, from Walter Brown, as Deshaun Knight just keeps that in bounds. Flies over to Burton. Speaking of breakout seasons in this league, Mojave King, that 3-ball doesn't drop. And Austin Jr., who kept the Rams in it against the Giants last week at Christchurch Arena, and they were so undermanned. It was a 2-point game until Jared West went crazy. Here's somebody that actually wasn't there. Hurry down for the first points in this one. And the crowd loved that here. Erupted after that dunk. Backcourt violation, the call. Just a little brain lapse there.
Yeah, they're tough little positions to lose. You know, backcourt violation is such a simple play in basketball, and you know, Alonzo Burton is a much better player than that.
Sunday Detch will enjoy that welcome back, but the one-handed slam to get himself going, and here he is, one of the most popular players in the league with his teammates and opponents as Mike Kadina's three ball rattles around and doesn't drop in, and the beers go flying, and the crowd give that a cheer as well.
You do have to keep your eye on the basketball when you're in the crowd.
Rams possession. Austin past Detch, three ball. Doesn't drop. Here's Mojave King. Walter Brown trying to stop the fast break. It does so. And how?
It's probably two of the most athletic guys in the league going at each other there. And there's another one.
What a pass from Larry Austin Jr. and Matt Moyer puts an exclamation point on it. Oh, great start at both ends for the Canterbury Rams. Here's Romaro Gill as Larry Austin fouls him and stops the dead set highlight. Good foul.
Yeah, great foul. Make him go to the line and earn it. And Romaro Gill must catch so many of those fouls on the elbow. Moyer just, he has got extremely long arms and he is bouncy. It is loud in here tonight. The crowd is really getting into it.
Makes the second, does Romaro Gill. Bit of pressure from the Sharks. Sunday Detch gets it over half court. Here's Larry Austin. And the two guards playing give and go with each other. Brown drops it in low to Kadina. He got the strength advantage on Gill. Oh, Mike Kadina just wedges himself. I don't think I've ever seen a wedgie happen like that.
Yeah, not from that range.
Just a push. That's incredible to watch. Just have a look again. Kadina, big paw, and just slams it right in there as if he's just saying, my ball, no one else is playing with it.
And he did all the work to get Romaro Gill away from the basket, away from him using his body well. Oh my gosh.
Mojave King went for an emphatic dunk. Walter Brown with the defense, and then again the Rams come away with it as Austin drives right at Gill, and that's swatted out of there. Both these teams attacking the hoop with fervor.
See here, Romaro Gill, he's a tough guy to get the ball over.
And he leaves the lead in blocks. Brown straight back to Austin. The Rams moving the ball at will to start this game. Brown trying to penetrate. That might have come off Alonzo Burton. It didn't. It came off Walter Brown.
And Coach Chuck Flavel mentioned at the start of in his interview before the game that he expects to see a little bit of junk defense from the Sharks tonight. And you just see they're dropping back into a zone. And you know, Romaro Gill just sits in the middle of the paint. He's going to change everyone's shot when they try and get some kind of penetration towards the hoop.
Austin missed on the steal. Opened up the lane for Knight. Quick hands from the Sharks. Here's King driving, dishing to Gill. Knight wide open in front of the bench. James a three. And then looks right at the Canterbury Rams bench and has a few words for him.
I think that may have been called a long two.
Oh, Mike Kadina. There's the touch of Big Mike.
Feathery little touch from Mike Kadina.
Was called a long two on Deshaun Knight as Burton looks to fire it back to Braden Inga. Good hand from Larry Austin. Knight fade away, good defense from the Rams, but there's Mojave King for three.
Yeah, he gets going from the three-point line. He can be very tough.
Inga is coming right at us, and I might need a new pair of pants here at Coventry Plaza.
Well, I thought we were going to see some screens fly towards us then.
I thought we were going off air, and off air fast.
I noticed you grabbed our chips really quickly.
Back underway. Here's Larry Austin, fires it back to Matt Moyer. 3-ball, rattles in.
And Moyer doesn't take many threes, but he has shown in past games that he can knock them down.
Gill, bit of space. Oh, misses the layup. He heard the frustration. Tayshawn Knight again with his toe on the line. This time it doesn't drop. Oh, Ingram with the offensive board and is fouled by, I think, Matt Moyer. You're wrong, it's Larry Austin who's called for the foul.
Just watching Coach Judd Flavel on the sideline, he's coaching this game hard. He's giving a lot of direction to his players and telling them where they need to be and what they need to be doing.
Zone.
So Taylor Britt into the game, wearing number 5, the captain of the Canterbury Rams. A welcome sight. The Tall Blacks point guard. Well, that pass from Brown picked off by Burton, and here come the Sharks. Inga will deputise tonight. Here's Knight driving, Britt on him. Burton relocates to the corner. 3 doesn't drop, Moyer with the rebound. Here's Taylor Britt, finds Karina. He elects a 3. Karina from the wing.
And on the other hand, Mike Karina has been taking more and more three-point shots as the season's rolled on and showing that he can consistently knock those down.
A 12-8 lead past the halfway mark of this first quarter for the Canterbury Rams. Knight go to work on Moy, gets him in the air, takes a bit of contact, no whistle, and Moy comes down with the ball. Britt round the back, goes to Inga as a foul. So Taylor Britt will head to the Razine to shoot 2. As we have the first timeout of this one. The Rams 12, the Sharks 8. That's been a fast start as well for both teams, and we'll listen in to Coach Judd Flavel as he takes his seat to talk to his team.
All right, okay. Are we shooting here? Yeah. Stay in your black, let's face guard, keep the ball out of 19s, okay? Face guard that one, all right? He's there on his own too, so it's gonna be a while for, see if we can get Burton to make the catch, and we work in. Continue to deny. Hey, and your press break, oh, you gotta start long, as soon as the ball's here, sprint back, catch, keep looking down here, Mike's open as well, and then lead Matt to the basket, lead him to the basket, okay? All right, rebounds. Make sure we got the low man, the hard shows down here. Hey.
Braden Inga still questioning if that foul was on the floor or if it was a shooting foul, as he fouled Taylor Britt.
And Taylor Britt's so good at getting downhill on people that, you know, generally he's in the position where he's starting to pick the ball up and trying to finish off at the rim. So I'm pretty happy that he's shooting free throws because I think it's the right call.
He makes his first. Played a bit of every kind of basketball in the last few years with Taylor Britt. A couple of years with the Perth Wildcats. Been around the world with the New Zealand 3x3 team, and now the Tall Blacks 5-a-side team. Captaining his hometown team here in the Canterbury Rams. Fine ambassador for the sport in Canterbury as Drew Leolasongi-Api elevates from two-point range, but can't get it to go. Karina skips into a 3-ball off the front iron. Matt Moyer just taps it in ever so delicately.
And Moya's playing better and better every game we see him play. And having seen him play the first game of his NZNBL career, he's definitely come a long way.
There's King going at Moya. Sunday Detch might have had a hand in that, and that pass has got out of bounds. So Rams ball.
And fielded very well by the young lady sitting in the corporal box in front of the crowd, in front of the court.
So Jalen Jerian comes into the game. Mojave King heads to the bench. Approaching award season, Phil, and Mojave King will certainly be in the conversation for the Youth Player of the Year.
He'll definitely be one of the favourites, I imagine.
Walter Brown likely in the conversation too, and here he is running downhill, firing over to Sunday Detch from the corner. Doesn't go. Here's Juliana Sangiapi at pace. A bullet pass to Deshaun Knight, who just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, I think he may have been expecting Deshaun Knight to stay in the corner and kind of zig when he should have zagged.
Kadina over to Detch, fires it over to Brett. Oh, Kadina and Inga colliding down there. Sunday Detch with one of his floaters. Out it goes to Brett. Oh, Matt Moyer again. He gets so high, but that time he just couldn't get the ball to go back in the hoop. And Lasong-Api again runs downhill at pace. Knight, he elevates from around the free throw line. Matt Moyer again. He is living life above the rim in this game.
Very energetic at the moment, Moya.
There's Taylor Brett to his preferred left hand. Walter Brown with a big offensive rebound. Moya for three. Doesn't go. Joko Green about to come into the game for the Rams, and I think Alex Talma to give Mike Kadina a break as Jalen Jerian gets his first touch of this game for the Sharks. Songayapi drive again as Moyer and Detch fight over the loose ball. Brett runs at Liam McRae, who does well to force Brett wide.
It's a frenetic pace at the moment.
It certainly is. Oh, Brayden Ingle wanted that earlier, then he got it from Juliet Lasong-Api, who I don't think realised his teammate was there. Deshaun Knight spinning. Oh, what a pass to Liam McRae, who get two bites to the cherry, but not before big Mike Kadina swats it away with his big paw. And there's Brown on the other end, takes the contact, takes the foul, will go to the Racine line to shoot two.
And Mike Kadina is gassed right now. He blocked that shot and then head straight down. I don't think he made it past the Racine foul line at the other end.
He takes a deserved seat on the bench, does Mike.
When you got Lasong-Api coming at you at full steam, it's a tough ask to keep up with that type of speed.
Walter Brown makes his free throw. Joe Kirk Green ready to relieve him when he's done with shooting duties. It just shows you just that little bit of added depth with Taylor Brett coming back, that Joe Kirk Green can come in for the first time with a minute 30 to go. He is an intense player.
Yeah, well, there's definitely no let up on the defensive end when Joe Cook Green steps onto the court.
Alex Talma out there now as well. Here's Lasong-Api, surveys his options, goes around one of the biggest screens in the NBL, that of Liam McRae. Talma hits the deck and the Rams come away with the ball through Sunday Detch. Pinpoint pass to Taylor Brett. Here's Sam Smith in the corner, wide open, and yes please, says Sam Smith, 3 points.
He would knock that down all day if you leave him that wide open. Sam Smith known for his three-point shooting.
And goes out of bounds off Liam McRae. Pass from Jerian just a little bit out of reach.
The Sharks just looking a little bit rushed on the offensive end at the moment.
Sharks into his zone on the defensive end and shoot. Joe Kirk Green does just that.
Joe Cook-Green will not think twice about letting the ball fly if he's open.
So great defensive first quarter for the Rams so far. They've kept the Sharks to 8 points. They're Julela Songayape high off the glass. Talma with the board. And they might just settle for the last shot, this Rams side, who are on a high right now. Ditch. Big block from McRae. Quarter foul. Foul called on Andrew Wheeler.
Ditch may have got away with just a tiny little travel there when he lost control of the ball and regathered it. May not get a look at it. Here we go. Just loses the ball and just a little, possibly an extra step there, but not seen by the refs, and he's off to the Racine foul line.
Averaging just a tick over 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists is Sunday Ditch. Won a championship with the Wellington Saints in 2019. Spent the majority of that season on the bench in what was a pretty tasty lineup.
Yeah, very strong lineup indeed. And the one thing you got to love about Sunday Ditch is just the intensity that he plays the game with, and defensively, he is a menace, absolute menace, and he spearheads this Rams defense.
Made himself a regular in the Australian NBL over the past couple of seasons, and a great coup for the Canterbury Rams. Drew Songayape to finish the quarter. It doesn't go, and it hasn't gone for the Southland Sharks so far in this first quarter. They trail 26-8 to a rampant Canterbury Rams side. Second quarter to come here on Sky Sport after the break. See you soon. Welcome back. Second quarter just moments away here at Cowles Stadium. It's Judd Flavel and his Canterbury Rams side. Well, they're playing like a team who needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. I spoke to Judd Flavel in the week, and he mentioned something that's been on theme with what he's been talking to us recently about film, and that's that they're a week away from finding their identity, it's felt like. And he said that loss to the Giants, although a loss, was a good game for them. They were missing 5 or 6 players. Of course, no Max Darling still out with a knee injury that will see him sidelined for the rest of the season. They didn't have Taylor Brett. They didn't have Sunday Ditch. 3 pretty important cogs not to have in that game. Yet they pushed the ladder leading side right to the brink. So they're looking good so far in this one. To start the second quarter, we'll have a chat with Rob Beveridge. And Bevo, scoreline not in your favour. How do you reverse the form of the first quarter?
I mean, we turned it over, I think it was 8 times. You know, and they're ramming it down their throat. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They've got athletes out there. You know, I love the way that they're attacking the rim. We're attacking the rim, but we're soft. You know, I think, we're getting in there and throwing up crap, and then they're ramming down the throat. So we got to slow it down a bit. Can't be in track meet. We got to move the ball. When we move the ball, we actually take good shots. But when we're out of control, we're woeful.
appreciate your time, Coach. As always, as Joe Cook Green since the first one of this second quarter.
Yeah, just comment on what you were talking about from Coach Chubb Clavel about his team and their identity. It's probably a little bit similar to the Tokomanawa Queens and what Coach Tupu said about her team and turning the corner. I think the Rams, you know, with a good win here tonight, will go into a lot of confidence into the last game of the season and see what they can do and get themselves into that top 6. Even though it's still the start of the second quarter and we're talking about a Rams win, there's still a lot of time to go.
A lot of basketball to be played, and that comes to the season as well. I know we're in the penultimate week, but I've said it before, I've said it again. No matter the context, anything can happen in 5 days on the North Shore of Auckland. The Deshaun Knight elevates from mid-range, can't get it to go. Walter Brown, a little bit of real estate in front of him, he slows it up. Braden Inga, great read on the defensive end. And here he is, going to the hoop, everything but the finish.
And that's what they're doing at the moment, the Sharks. They're getting all the way to the rim, they're just not converting on their all of their efforts.
Smith, well, that's come off the hands of Joe Cook Green, so it will be Sharks ball.
Yeah, nice work by Burton there, just getting a little tip on the ball and deflecting it onto Joe Cook Green's hand.
Inga. Pass a little way, but it's come off Deshaun Knight, so it will be Canterbury Rams ball.
It always interests me with the when you've got a big guy, you know, a 7'2" guy. Why is he up around the three-point line? You know, get him under the basket, throw him the ball, see what he can do.
Towner fires it over to Cook Green. We know what he can do on the defensive end, and so does Sam Smith, which is exactly why he didn't go up for a layup just then. 5 on the shot clock for Taylor Brett. Towner does well. Cook Green will go again.
And that's just that presence of Romara Gill making that shot a little bit tougher.
Cook Green knows he has to go right off the top of the backboard. So those ones aren't given as blocks to Gill, but they might as well be. As well, the Brown taps that out of bounds.
But definitely shot-changing possessions by him. And that's the value of having a guy that's 7'2". He's going to be disruptive on the defensive end. Let him be disruptive on the offensive end.
Here's Knight around the Gill screen. Braden Inga for 3. High off the back iron. Matt Moy goes and gets it. Karina back into the game. Walter Brown did really well to recover that. Oh, Mojave King with a huge block. It's been so much fun to watch him in 2022. I hope we get to see him back in the SouthNBL. As Burton elevates from three-point land. Karina brings it down. Green. Good defense from Inga, but Matt Moy gets the offensive board.
Moy is doing a great job on the boards.
As Moy sinks the baseline jumper. Out rebounding the Sharks, 23-15. And it might just be that stat that's caused Rob Beveridge to call a timeout.
Matt Moy already well on his way to a double-double in this game with 9 points and 8 rebounds. You see here, Mojave King, just nice job just coming from behind there and getting a little tip on the ball as Moya goes up to finish it.
We dribble here. David, only you here, Mo. Come back around, come and row, set the on-ball screen, dive it hard. Go back to what you're good at. Screen, get on the glass here. Okay? Then we're playing at the middle pick and roll. You want to throwback. Want to throwback out of that. Hey, but right now, I spoke about us competing out there. We've been really, really soft physically out there at the moment. Okay? We've been physically, you know, we've got to match that intensity, guys. Keep moving the ball here, get open, get a ball moving. Here we go.
probably being a little bit harsh on Rob Beveridge's coaching philosophy with having Romaro Gill out by the three-point line. Something I picked up on there is the dive hard after you set the on ball. And if Romaro Gill does that and dives with some intent to the basket and makes himself 7'2" tall, surely he's got to be able to get a couple of buckets.
Well, we won't see Romaro Gill at the final six, but we hope to see you at home. Eventfinder.co.nz. You can buy your tickets August 10th to the 13th. The final six, Southland NBL, to be held on the North Shore of Auckland, Eventfinder Stadium. Who will be crowned the champion in one of the closest years, certainly in recent memory, of our National Basketball League? It is literally anyone's guess. As Deshaun Knight elevates from around the free throw line and drains it. Pretty stuff from Deshaun.
I remember when Deshaun came into the league for the first time, and that shot for him was his go-to shot.
Karina in front of the Sharks bench doesn't go. There's Matt Moyer again. And again, he just caresses the ball back into the hoop. 11 points for Moyer. 5 for 8. 9 rebounds. 4 of them on the offensive end. As King shoots, Moyer did a great job. Might have got a tip on it. Didn't. Just affected the shot.
Moyer's yelling out that he blocked it.
So give me the block. Who cares about possession?
Yeah, give me the block. And Rams still come up with it.
Moyer, drive, dish, Burton taps it out of bounds. Six on the shot clock. Walter Brown puts up a contested three. Mike Kadina there for the offensive board, and Moy goes and gets it. Here is Kadina just bullocking Romaro Gill out the way.
That's a man-sized move right there. Just the width of Kadina's body, and he moved Romaro Gill about a metre.
Knight, King, great little up fake from Mojave King. Although when it's Walter Brown, you've got to wait a few seconds for Walter Brown to come down.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Skip into the lane from Kadina. Britt's three-pointer is off to the left, so Sharks ball as Jaden Jaron checks into the game. As does Sunday Ditch, and we have a timeout from Judd Flavel. So we'll just take a break, shall we, as Mike Kadina heads to the bench with his team. They lead 35-12. Just under 5 to go in the first half. And we'll listen in to Judd Flavel of the Canterbury Rams.
Hey, listen, when they go 1-3-1, don't get too phased by it. We'll just run out up. Okay, run out up from there. We can even run it, they go from sideline out of bounds, the ball's in Sunday's hand, goes right here. Biggs, already start low. We start the other guard here, all right, and we're straight into it, all right? Have it, just check out where the small guy is. Matt starts with him, okay? And then we're hitting you, Mike. Mike, it might be here in the middle, all right? But in the 1-3-1, he's probably gonna sit more here, so we can probably hit opposite, okay? All right, is it their ball here? All right, face guard right now, deny, okay? Good D right here. Good D, good D. Hey, keep Knight in front. Keep Knight in front. He wants to get to the basket.
So Matt Moyer leading the way for all scorers with 11 points, the only player in double digits. He also has 10 rebounds. So an early double-double for the American. And it's been an impressive looking one at that.
Yeah, every rebound has been well above the rim.
Good pressure from the Rams as Jaden Duran has to battle his way up the court with Taylor Brett. Drives and dishes to Inga. And there he is again, Jaden Durant. Three ball doesn't drop. Karina with the board. And a three for him. Oh, Ditch just took his eye off it, but no harm done. Single digits on the shot clock as we have an offensive foul. And I think Mike Karina knows it. Just turned on that screen.
Yeah, it's an easy one for the guards to sell when Mike Karina turns. It's a big body to get around. The Rams doing a really good job of trying to take the ball out of Deshaun Knight's hands. Just putting a little bit extra full court pressure on him, making it tough for the catch.
King drops it off to Gill. Big slap in there, might have been from Karina or from Moyer on the ball. Sunday Ditch, oh, just lost the ball his way, but don't worry because Matt Moyer's there again for another offensive putback.
Do we call that an assist for Sunday Ditch?
I'm sure he will, with a smile on his face. Duran around the Gill screen, pulls up from 2-point land. Great box out from Matt Moyer. Called a foul. As Larry Austin comes back into the game, as does Leah McRae. We're back underway through Deshaun Knight. Goes around the McRae screen. Inga puts up the three. Another rebound for Moyer, number 12. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Larry Austin has just such a quick first step as Ditch fires it over to Walter Brown. His three ball tickles the twine.
Walter Brown has really come into his own in this Rams team, made himself a big part of the lineup. And he keeps making plays like that. He's going to be a player to watch.
Swinging arm from Deshaun Knight, intentional or otherwise. There's a foul as he makes contact with Matt Moyer's face. You'll see the replay here. Just trying to sell the foul was Deshaun, and he caught Moyer in the face. Matt Moyer is making his way down the court, feeling sorry for himself, and his teammates are shouting at him, come back and inbound the ball, please, mate. So back he goes. Chuck Flavel screams out instructions to his side. Brown drops it low to Talma. Quick hands to the Canterbury Rams. Sunday Ditch just couldn't finish it off.
Both teams are getting pretty good looks at the moment, and obviously the Sharks are not knocking down their shots, only having scored 12 points for the half so far.
4 for 26. And the Sharks in this one. The Cray sets a large screen on Walter Brown. Jaron clears some space. And Matt Moyer comes down with another rebound. I guess when there's 23 missed shots, someone's got to bring down the rebounds, right? And Ditch waits for a screen, gets it. Back to Moyer. Talma spinning down low. Nice move from big Alex Talma.
Good patience by Talma. 2 feet in the paint, nice spin move.
The Sharks in desperate need of the ball going through the hoop. Can Deshaun Knight make it happen? He can. With the baseline J. Knight has 6 of the Sharks' 14 points. Talma thought about a three, little stutter step, and then drains the three. It's all going the way of the Canterbury Rams with 1:20 to go here in the first half. Kasonga Ape shovels it through. Only as far as Matt Moyer, and Inga called for a foul, trying to regain possession.
And Moyer has had a really strong first half. All over the rebounds, both offensively and defensively, disruptive on the defensive end, getting tips and steals, and And chucking in 13 points to go along with it.
13 points, 13 rebounds, 6 offensive, 7 defensive. A little bit of everything from Matt Moyer, who takes a well-earned rest. With a minute to go in this first half, Sam Smith, his 3-ball doesn't drop. Sunday Jets goes up to get the offensive ball, knocks it out of bounds. Wheeler round the back, 11-year vet now of the Southland Sharks. There, the song Ape. True Leo is driving with intent. This time he does get the finish.
Yeah, great job of getting all the way to the hooper. He only had a second left on the shot clock there, so he had no choice but to put it up.
5-second differential between shot clock and game clock for the Rams here, as Brett drives it through to Talma. That's gone out of bounds. It's gone out of bounds off Alex Talma.
Talma tried to sell it to the referees.
Five seconds to go in this first half. Wheeler, a deep 3. Oh, there's Drew Leo Lasonga-Api. Yes, please. You read it beautifully. The basket counts. That is half-time here at Cowles Stadium. It was a half that has been enjoyed by the fans here in Ōtautahi, because the Canterbury Rams lead the Southland Sharks 45-16. Sharks 7 for 31, shooting just 23%. Deshaun Knight has been the brightest spark they've had in this first half. Well, he's with Phil Jones, and we can hear from Deshaun momentarily.
Deshaun, pretty tough first half for you guys. Looks like the Rams have really come out with some intention of trying to keep the ball out of your hands. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I figure they come out and play like that. The last couple teams been doing it, trying to keep the ball out of my hands because of playmaking skills and stuff like that, which is part of basketball, you know, commend to them. But that doesn't stop, you know, what we doing. You know, we in practice, we keep the ball out of certain people's hands and stuff. We just got to come to play, you know. We start off very slow, and they capitalize off it. They comfortable now, and they hitting shots and things like that. So it's time for us to, like, go in that locker room, hear out Coach Bevo, great coach, you know, hear out him, and come out and, you know, play, man. Play with some passion, play with some heart, and dig back into this thing. It's a lot of time, you know. I done seen leagues you come back and people win and things like that. So we'll see.
All right, all the best for the second half. Matt, a really strong first half from you, getting out there on the offensive boards. You're really killing it. Is that a real focus for you when you get on the court?
Oh yeah, you know, I think just that's my focus, to always go out there and play as hard as possible. But honestly, I feel like it started on the defensive end. You know, Coach told us it starts on the defensive end. If we can execute that, we'll get out in transition, we'll get on the offensive glass, and everything will kind of come together.
And it really looks like you guys understand how important this game is for you, heading into the top 6 and trying to get yourselves back in that position. Is that something you talked about before the game?
Yeah, 100%. You know, we're just trying to take it day at a time, possession at a time, and we're just focused on this game right now. We're not focused on the big picture right now. It's just about chipping away one step at a time.
Okay, all the best for the second half. Cheers.
Well, halftime here then. NZNBL game between the Sharks and the Rams. The Rams are in charge, and we'll see you after the break with the Sky Broadband halftime wrap. Well, half-time here, and the happier of the two coaches for sure will be that man there, former Tall Black Judd Flavel, in the Sky Broadband half-time wrap. We'll start with the Rams as he is talking to his team, and they are leading 45-18. And it's been a tough shooting half for the Southland Sharks. Keep out here with Phil Jones. The Sharks 7 for 31. Any bright spot coming so far from Deshaun Knight, who's 3 for 7 with 6 points.
Yeah, he's probably the only one for them, really. But I don't think they've taken bad shots, the Sharks. They're just not knocking them down. I think it's really important that they keep going to him and keep going to their shots. And we might see some highlights here from Deshaun. Toes on the line there, long too, but knocks it down. He alluded to his playmaking skills, and definitely a focus of the Rams defense. And when he gets that little skip going, he can be quite tough, and he can knock down that mid-range.
Well, the other end of the court, well, actually, I should say at both ends of the court, one man has been dominating for the Canterbury Rams. Matt Moyer, 6 for 9 for 13 points, 6 offensive rebounds, 13 rebounds all up.
Yeah, and one of the questions that I wanted to ask him at halftime was, where do you hide your mini tramp? Because he is bouncy. He is getting every rebound. Just a menace on the offensive boards. You see a couple in a row there, staying with it. And he's showing he can shoot a little bit too. Why not? Right now, he's my MVP of this game, and he's only played half a game.
Well, Deshaun Knight said it best at halftime, though. He said that he's been in this league a few years now, and he's seen bigger comebacks than this. As we look at the halftime stats, not pretty viewing if you're a Southland Sharks fan, and there are plenty of them. A wonderful fan base. 1 for 9 from beyond the arc. He out-rebounded by 9. And double the turnovers so far for the Sharks. But as Deshaun said, one of the best coaches in the competition. And 2 quarters to turn it around, Phil.
Yeah, and I think, with the position that the Sharks are in on the ladder, the game could go one of 2 ways, right? It can be a game when they come out and all of a sudden they just play with a whole lot of freedom. And I think the Rams have done a great job of taking that freedom away from them, so made it tough offensively. And because it's tough offensively, they've kind of folded a little bit in the first half. And I'm sure that Rob Beveridge is going to talk about that at halftime and get them coming out and make sure they start to fire a little bit better.
Well, the young Rams fans are enjoying it, that's for sure. And why wouldn't they be? Their team is looking to keep their playoff hopes alive, and they've done a good job of it so far. Halftime here, 45-18. Third quarter to come after the break here on the home of sport, Sky Sport. welcome back to Cowles Stadium. The second half just moments away here between the Canterbury Rams and the Southland Sharks, and Sharks fans will hope it'll be a different Southland Sharks. Not through any lack of, that's wrong phrasing for me, because that Phil makes it sound like there's been sort of lack of effort from the Sharks, and there hasn't been that. It's just been a lack of execution.
Yeah, exactly that. I think they're all effort at the moment. They're just not finishing off their plays, and they're taking the right shots. They're getting 2 feet in the paint. They're getting to the rim. They're just not finishing off their layups, and they're creating a little bit of momentum from the three-point arc as well. They haven't managed to knock down any apart from maybe one that Mojave King knocked down early in the game. And then I think that after that, it's been pretty dry from the three-point line.
Third quarter about to get underway. Some big games still to come, of course. Hawke's Bay need to win against the Jets. Wellington. And then a real big double, or 2 games in a row next week, Tuesday and Thursday, both involving the ladder-leading Nelson Giants. They play the Saints on the road, and then they go up to New Plymouth to take on the Taranaki Airs, which could decide first place, as Romara Gill throws a nice pass through to Daisha Knight, and throws an even nicer one to Mojave King. Alonzo Burton trying to finish off the play, but Moya comes down with another rebound.
And that kind of sums up the first half for the Southland Sharks. They did everything right, got a point-blank shot, and they just couldn't get it to roll in.
Dex back to Karina. His 3-ball is short. Moya again with an offensive rebound. Number 8 for Matt Moya. Number 15 all up was Karina. Gets another bite of the cherry, and this time drains the 3-ball.
And Mike Karina always says he never misses 2 in a row.
King. Gill sets the screen for Burton, delays his pass beautifully, and King's 3-ball is too strong. Austin Jr. took his time, can't let it to go. Karina with the offensive ball, big spin, great finish. Mike Karina with a highlight play.
Oh, twinkle toes along the baseline. Lovely bit of spin and reverse layup. That's what you got to do when you're got a shot blocker on the court, is use the basket to protect the ball.
Gill over to Burton. 3-ball drops for Alonzo Burton.
Yeah, good to see Alonzo knock one down. That is a real strength of his game.
There's Walter Brown in the corner, looking to fire back with one of his own. Well, Matt Moya again is in the right place at the right time. Detch stepping through the lane. Gill with the foul. Sunder Detch will go to the Rosine line to shoot 2.
And I don't know if you heard it, but I heard this very familiar voice counting down the shot clock of Mr. Ed Book. He has this voice that just bellows through the stadium. He's sitting down there on the Rams bench as the assistant coach.
Sunder Detch is at the line. And there is Ed Book. The glasses on. Former Tall Black, part of that legendary 2002 World Championship team alongside you, Phil.
And Judd. Judd was there as well.
And Judd Flavel, yeah. These 2 storied careers. And Sunday Detch gets his second one to go. It was Ed Book who had his thumb minced in the door by Kurt Penny in the build-up to that championship, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And his voice was about as loud as it was 30 seconds ago.
Braden Inger finishes off a nice little pick-and-roll move. Sunday Ditch. Somebody looks up and saw Romara get out of the way. Oh, Matt Moya, easy boy. That just about brought the whole thing down. A collective intake of breath around Cowles Stadium. Braden Inger's pass is just tapped out of the way by Mike Kanina. Speaking of Mike Kanina, why not? Everything else is going the Rams' way. Another 3-ball. Matt Moya is getting the crowd into it. Not that he needs to. The play is doing it for him.
I feel like Mike Kanina's been putting in some time at the 3-point line in practice.
Well, Judd Flavel, who had Alex Talmer ready to check in, has just quietly moved him back to the bench. And as he likes what he's seeing from big Mike, Karina drops it off to Gill. And he's fouled this time by Karina. Just took a step into him. So Romara Gill will head to the line to shoot 2.
That's the only way the Sharks can stop Corina at the moment, is getting him into foul trouble. Moya just... That's a scary man. He's doing that to the rim.
Gill misses his first. Moy comes down with another rebound. The Rams aren't showing any signs of slowing down here as Sunday Dech gets a three to go from the corner. What a pass from Walter Brown. And now Larry Austin is enjoying himself with the crowd. Brendan Inga, I think, was hoping for Mojave King to elevate and throw that home. Instead, Inga's going to drive down the lane, look to drop it in. He does so on his second chance.
He'll get told to leave the basketball after it goes through the rim.
It's a late game warning from Marty Davis. Just a formality. Liam McRae checks into the game for Gill. Matt Moy has 15 points and 17 rebounds, and there's 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, Phil.
Yeah, do we know what the most number of rebounds that we've ever had in the NBL is? I feel like that might be in threat tonight.
Sunday Dech for three. I don't know the exact stat. I can tell you it probably belongs to Willie Burton. His son Alonzo is playing tonight. The man was an absolute rebound magnet. As Mojave King with a nice move will go to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
You just have those players that seem to have a nose for the ball, you know, like the Mikaviconas of the league. Ball goes up, they just get into position, they fight for it, and they scratch and grind, and they just push people out of the way, and Moya's a prime example of that.
I'm pretty sure Sam Timmins had a 20 rebound game last year for the Nuggets. Taylor Brick back out there for the Rams as they beat the full court press with some sharp passing. Joe Green, is he going to get in on the three-point party? He's not. He's going to let Matt Moy get in on his own dunk party. Moya is enjoying himself. Knight over to Alonzo Burton, high off the backboard. Another rebound. Guess who? Matt Moya, number 18. Jets round the Talma screen, drops it off to the firefighter. A big block from Braden Inga, and a beautiful one at that as Burton looks for King. Here's Inga looking to finish off the play. Off to the right, Cook Green comes away with the board. Three ball, Joe Cook Green looking to bank it in, doesn't drop.
Banked it from the corner, Joe Cook Green.
Tough angle to get the bank going. I would put it past the Rams on a night like tonight. They've got 62 points. Alonzo Burton steps on the sideline.
And that defender gets a stop every single time. Unless the referee misses it.
Time out here, the team's talking over 62-27.
So right now, guys, we're going back to 2, okay, but we don't have any guards. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and they had 2 players here. Okay, so again, you play high in 2. You're the guard. You're up here. Okay, so we're like this. If there's a high post, we take the high post. Okay, but we're just out of sorts here. Liam, that's not yours out there. It's not. Okay, guys, slow down. Take a deep breath. Get the ball moved. Okay, so let's have a look at when we're setting screens. Get in the paint, lift, throw it in, screen rules. Low post cutting rules, low post cutting rules. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Phil, we often talk about the successes of your career, but there would have been some seasons, I guess, where you found yourself in the same position the Sharks are, season over, no way of making the playoffs. You know, how hard is it, do you think, for Coach Beveridge to keep these guys motivated? And when you are a player in that position and you come up against a team clearly scrapping for their lives like the Rams are?
Yeah, well, I guess the thing is, something you could potentially lean on is these guys are, you know, semi-professional, some professional players, and they need to be playing for their next jobs. You know, so they've still got to act professionally and still play hard and play for each other, and so that they can, you know, have another opportunity to play the game, the sport that they love, and that's something that Rob Beveridge talks about a lot in his interviews, and that they're lucky to do what they're doing. You know, but they've also worked really hard to get there, and it'd be a shame for them to sort of drop their heads and just let the season, you know, crash under their feet and not play professionally.
I might have a rebound record holder for you. Right from the horse's mouth. Miles Pearce, 28.
28. Miles Pearce. Miles,
he was playing for the Nuggets against the Jets.
Okay. And I'm sure that Miles is probably listening, and I think...
definitely is, because he told me.
Right.
Erstwhile member of the Sky Sports commentary crew, of course, former Tall Black. Wonderful player in his own right. Have to be to hoover in 28 boards in a game.
Yeah.
How many of those were your own misses, Miles? I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think the only way that record is going to be broken is if Coach Chuck Flavel leaves Matt Moyer out on the floor, and at the moment he's on the bench. So Miles, you might be safe.
Nice move there, finished off by Liam McRae for the Sharks as Detch goes around the Talma screen. Joe Green in the corner. Aidan Tonge, who's impressed in limited minutes, has the young man in 2022 for his knack of knowing where to be and when to be there. Detch, Tonge with an offensive board right on cue.
And that's frustrating for the Sharks. You take off one relentless rebounder and is replaced by another one.
Taylor Brett, absolute dime of a pass to Alex Talma, who finishes it off. Deshaun Knight goes around the McRae screen. Big hit from Alex Talma. Inga, fade away. Pretty one at that. There's Detch finishing off the easy fast break opportunity for the Rams.
Yeah, just a little bit too easy there for the Rams. Sharks not picking up in transition.
Julian Asare-Api is a magician on his feet, and that is a spellbinding finish.
Serious change of direction there by something out there.
Brett down the lane, a no-look pass to Tonge, and he finishes it off.
Rams right now are just they're getting the ball, and Coach Fitchett loves to talk about it all the time, is they're just getting the ball popping. They're moving it really well, sharing it, and the Sharks just can't keep up. Just getting layup after layup, offensive rebound after offensive rebound.
And this Sharks team, you know, we talked about their position on the ladder, yet they can't make the playoffs. But this is a team that beat the Tuatara and beat the Airs recently, the two teams that currently sit second and third in the ladder. They are no slouches. The Rams are making them look like them tonight. Detch round the Talma screen, drops it off to Taylor Britt. He hands it off to Alex Talma. The ball movement is to be wondered at.
Rams just making it look easy at the moment.
Big swipe at it from Alex Talma. Right, Baloo the Bear going for a beehive. And Deshaun Knight will go to the line. There's young Kyra Isaac checks into the game for Sunday Ditch.
And Kyra's really had a good opportunity recently with Sunday Ditch out and away, and Taylor Britt away with tallbacks duties. And he's really come in and shown that he can play at this level.
tonight has 10 after making both his free throws, and he makes his way to the bench. Tom Cowley into the game. Taylor Brett calls out the play as he makes his way up the court. Round the Talma screen, finds a bit of space, drains a three ball. Taylor Brett.
And that's probably what you want to give up with Taylor Brett, is you need to take away his drive and then you go under the screen and he starts knocking down threes. You potentially live with that for a bit, but...
Well, he just picks the pocket of Julian Lasonga-Ape. Here come the Rams again. Brett wants the screen from Tonge. Lasonga-Ape did well to force him to the right side of the hoop. It's Wheeler just meanders his way through the paint, trying to find an option. Inga with the fake handoff, elevates and finishes from the baseline.
Covered a lot of ground there with that little fake handoff.
10.7 rebounds for Braden Inga. As Taylor Brett goes this time to his preferred left hand. Offensive board from Tonge, hands it off to Isaac. That's the future of Canterbury basketball at work for you.
Oh, Aiden Tonge has just come in. He's got 3 or 4 offensive rebounds.
And then a foul. And he'll make his way to the bench. No, he won't. He thought he was. It's Alex Talma who goes to the bench, and Mike Kanina who comes on.
Alex Tonge has got 3 rebounds. Aiden Tonge, Alex Talma. Aiden Tonge has got 3 rebounds. All 3 of them are offensive.
And we've seen more Rams games than most, Phil, and it feels like he's done it game in, game out.
Yeah, he's shown that he's a capable player at the NZNBL level, and from what I understand, talking to a few of the coaches around in regards to his ability to playing in the Prem grade league here, he's a tough competitor.
Cook Green does really well to keep that in. 3 seconds to go in the third quarter, and there's a foul on the floor on Andrew Wheeler.
And that's a competitor right there, Andrew Wheeler. Played against him a few times, and he plays hard.
You see, we're almost at the playoffs as we're 2.1 seconds to go in a game where the Rams lead 77-39 in the third quarter. Timeout call from Judd Flavel as he wants to work on his
end of quarter possessions.
Thank you, Phil.
This will show the creativity of the coach. 2 seconds to go on the clock. What are they going to run?
Well,
Starting
it
right
was
here.
this very building where we saw Tawan AG hit the sink the Rams with one.
Okay, now man or zone. Once he goes here, Mike, go and screen. If it's a zone, screen the center of the zone. Sunday, you're coming off this, okay? Occupy the back of the zone. We're looking straight inside for Mike. Mike, screen and seal. If it's man-to-man on the screen, we'll get the switch, so we're looking at you. If 2 are here, Sunday's open in the corner. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Ball fake Joe and look underneath.
Plenty of time, says Coach Judd Flavel. A lifetime in basketball, Casey Frank would say. Well, it might just provide a highlight, and if it does, you'll see it on the NZNBL highlight show throughout the week on Sky Sport, the home of sport. All the highlights from all the games from the round. Here we go, see if the Rams can get something off. And he goes to Mike Kanina, and down he goes. Plenty of time indeed for Big Mike as he finishes off the third quarter. Another one that has gone heavily the way of the Canterbury Rams. Smiles all around, a beaming head book. Welcomes the man who could be a son back into the huddle. 79-39. The Rams lead the Sharks here. They are cooking. Fourth quarter to come after the break. Well, welcome back to Cowles Stadium. It has been an enjoyable afternoon, evening for these Canterbury fans. They lead the Sharks 79-39. Judd Flavel, who is desperate to lead this side to the postseason in his first season as Rams coach. He came late, missed the first couple of weeks as he was assistant coach duty with the Australian NBL, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. He won't return there. Stepping down, saying that the next step he wants to take in the Australian NBL is that of head coach. No more assistant coach for him. Geez, he's been a finalist for probably the last 6 or 7 jobs, linked publicly. Most recently, the Perth Wildcats.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good stance by Judd. You know, he's done his time as an assistant coach, and he needs to make it clear to a really nice play by the Rams. So he needs to make it clear to the teams in the NBL that he wants a head coach's role. Give him a shot.
Well, we can talk to Judd Flavel now. Judd, it's like watching ballet out there. You guys are passing the ball beautifully. The movement is stunning. You must be very happy, and you've talked a lot about finding your identity and turning that corner. Are you seeing a little bit more of it tonight?
Yeah, I guess a lot of it's been against the zone, so we haven't seen much of the zone. And I'm happy with the way that we're attacking that. As you say, moving the ball, hard cuts. And I guess for us, offensively, that's creating great shots and great looks for us.
We were just talking about how you came into the league a little late this year as you were over with the Phoenix in Australia, and you know, potentially to a club and a system you didn't know too much about. And how about some of these young players that we've spoken about a lot today, Phil and I, the likes of Aiden Tonjan, Walter Brown, Kyer Isaac? How have they caught your attention?
Yeah, you're right. I knew basically 0 of them before I got here, and it did take me a few weeks to sort of just work them out. But great effort, guys, and just filling their role perfectly for us. And just keeping things simple, you know, and staying, well, I guess the saying, staying in their lane. And that's kind of been a bit of an issue for us throughout the season, but those guys have done a hell of a job.
Thanks for your time, Judd. Appreciate it as always. A bit of well, I guess it's hard not to make it a procession in the fourth quarter where you lead 81-39, Phil. Now, it looks like the Rams, here the players, Kadina has another nice spin move, just slapped out by Jaden and Duran.
Yeah, obviously the game has a bit of potential to get a little bit messy, particularly with the Rams having such a big lead.
Ditch, shot clock winding down, kisses it off the glass.
And Mike Kadina just eclipsing his defender as Ditch drove to the hoop.
Inga's got a mismatch height-wise on Taylor Brett, and he takes full advantage of it. All Black's teammates. Brett almost lost his footing, almost lost possession, but his large friend was there to clean it up, and Mike Kadina. Kurt Green shuffle pass out to Sunday Detch. 3 balls a bit short. Tom Cowie goes and gets the rebound. Braden Inga, back-to-back buckets. For the lean and long Aucklander. Kurt Green shovels it off to Tonge, and there's a foul there. Andrew Wheeler puts his hand up and says, yep, that was me. There's Walter Brown, Larry Austin, and Matt Moyer checking to the game. Are we on record watch? He needs 10 rebounds in the last 7 minutes 42 to tie. I think it might be a tough ask.
Well, Rams are shooting at a pretty good clip at the moment, so it's not many offensive rebounds floating around.
He has 8 of them so far. Kadina better space in the low block, and he gets it to go. 19 points for Mike Kadina. It's Larry Austin and Wheeler just get tangled up off the ball. Foul called on Austin. Yeah, just a few friendly words from the American and the Kiwi.
It's tough to get a little bit chippy when you're down 40. Potentially, Sharks potentially needed a little bit of that when they were in the start of the second quarter. Get the boys fired up.
Cowie, who actually played for the Rams at the Showdown in 2020. Right up against him in his hometown team. Well, Matt Moy goes and gets the rebound, number 19. Going at Liam McRae, couple of big bodies bumping uglies, and it's Kadina who comes away with 2 points.
Kalina's got such good touch around the basket. Summing up, he just puts his head down, gets to the rim, and Matt Moyer picks up the foul.
Sam Smith back into the game as Mike Kadina takes a seat. 21 points, 60% from the field. Kadina, just 4 rebounds. And I'll tell you why, it's because Matt Moyer's taken them all. He's got 19. Comes down with that one. The Rams just moving around the outside of the arc before Larry Austin sees a glimmer of space. Comes away with 2 points. Just his first 2 points of this game, amazingly. Given the show he put on against the Nelson Giants last week at Christchurch Arena, I guess he was a bit overly needed in this one as Brown takes a lot of contact and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and Austin's got a really good ability of putting the ball on the floor and getting to the basket. It's probably the strength of his game. And he knows how to use his body well to combat any type of contact, protect the basketball and finish at the rim.
Look ahead to those games to come, Phil. Well, I mentioned that big road double for the Giants. Yes, they're locked into a top 2 spot. It really is beneficial to finish first because you don't play on the Wednesday, then you play Thursday. If you win that, you don't play Friday, you play Saturday. So you always play against someone who's had to play the night before. And you get a day off in between your games as Moore gets a rebound and a putback.
Yeah, it is crucial, but you're potentially playing against the 2 teams that, and I'm a Giants fan, through and through, but the 2 teams that they're playing against next week are the 2 teams that I feel like are the most dangerous heading into the playoffs.
Well, the huge games as Moyer wants to continue his stellar night, fires it over to Austin. Smith drops it up to Walter Brown, and the Rams continue to make poetry out there on the hardwood. The 2 games are huge for various reasons. Obviously, the Saints will need to win. A loss to the Giants could have serious effects on their playoff chances. And that Thursday night game against the Airs could decide so many things. First and foremost, it could decide who comes first.
Yep.
As we have a foul here called on Joe Green. Second of all, and more superficially and trivially, when we think about the end of season awards, you've got multiple MVP candidates in that game, and Jared West, Anthony Hilliard, Javonte Douglas. The awards panel might be on the fence come voting time. That will be the most recent game in their minds. Coach of the year, you've got to say the 2 at the top of the conversation are likely Mike Fitchett and Trent Adam.
Yeah.
Airs have already beaten the Giants once, so could have a say in that as well. There's a lot on the line.
There is. I'd hate to be on that panel.
You are, of course, on that panel.
Yeah.
Walter Brown sinks a 3 in front of his own bench.
Well, it's an exciting time, right? Because it's the way it should be. It should be a competitive league, and I think that's the strength of the league this season, is that it's so competitive, and anyone can win. Any one of those top 6 teams can win their win the NBL.
Foul called on Joe Green. I'm not sure if Matt Moy got a block there or Matt Moy. It's a very large round of applause as he makes his way to the bench with 19 points and 20 rebounds. Miles Pearce's record likely safe for another night. And Samara Gill climbs high for that one. Burke driving with intent, fouled, and will head to the line to shoot two.
See young Hunter Adam check into the game. Year 13 out of Cross College.
MVP at the Under-17 National Championships last year.
Super athlete, Hunter Adam. Just another one of the Canterbury guys that is really athletic.
There he is, ball in hand. Shoots the three. Just a little strong, and Burton comes down with the ball.
Tough ask when you've been sitting on the bench for 37 minutes and come out and try and take a three. First shot of the game.
Walter Brown. His three rattles around. Hunter Adam, offensive rebound, put back, and it's a popular bucket here in Cowles Stadium.
Nice little pass from Mahave King to
Braden Enga, who finished it off. And Walter Brown down low, drops it off to Sam Smith. And maybe just as put off by a lurking Romaro Gill. Turns the corner, skips through the lane, and the finish just lacking. And, we've said it once, we'll say it again, summed up the night for the Southland Sharks. Certainly hasn't been for want of effort. They've run into a buzzsaw of a Canterbury Ramside where almost nothing has gone wrong. As Joe Green puts on another smart finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened tonight. As the Rams have just played a complete game. They haven't really put a foot wrong. They've done the things they needed to attack the zone that the Sharks have been playing, and they've really damaged them from that sort of short corner baseline where Sam Smith's standing now. You know, that's a really tough position to defend.
High arcing three ball from Adam, doesn't drop. Gill goes up and gets the rebound. 2 minutes to go in this one. The Sharks are up to 50. But the Rams are up to 101. As you have a foul, which allows Tom Cowie and Kyra Isaac to come into the game. Judge Level claps young Walter Brown off. One to watch. I'm excited to see where that young man's future goes and just how long that hair gets. Speaking of bright futures, they can make both his free throws.
Yeah, well, there's a number of young players playing in the NZNBL this year that are going to be around for a very long time in this league, I think.
And hopefully others, as we keep a keen eye, or I do each year, Phil, on the Australian NBL rosters where the development players are announced, as Hunter Adam puts up a three ball, and down it goes.
Good to see Hunter Adam keep shooting the ball. He's had 3 good looks. Missed the first 2. Sometimes people get a little bit gun shy after missing the first couple, but good to see him put it up again and knock it down.
Burton reads that one well. Or but Sam Smith and a combination of both of Alex Talmadge's feet take it away from him. So Marty Davison, the referee, just checking with the score bench. Just wants a full reset. There's a change of possession. Eagle-eyed Marty Davison, as ever. Minute 8 seconds to go, and Canterbury Rams, you're reading it right, have doubled the Southland Sharks score so far, 104-52.
Well, something that's been so impressive from the Rams tonight is there's just been no let-up from them. They've really come out with all purpose and intent to make sure that they get a win tonight, and they've done that, which really sets them up for an opportunity with one game to go in the season to see how they can work their way into that top 6.
Yeah, they'll head to Napier to take on the Hawke's Bay Hawks in the last round of the season. And that last round is going to have some absolute doozies in it.
Yeah, well, it's going to end up being to-the-wire competition this year.
On the last day of the regular season, the Saints play the Tuatara up in Tamaki and Makaurau.
And they will have Chris Johnson. Will they have Chris Johnson back, possibly?
We shall see. I've heard the rumours. We may see a return of the lanky American, who's a favourite with Auckland fans. And really fans all around the league. It's Kyra Isaac. Wants to get his late in this one and does so. What a smart finish from Kyra Isaac.
A really good job using his body and protecting the basketball. Joe Green is just hounding Deshaun Knight.
Almost came away with the steal.
Deshaun Knight, spin move after spin move, just running into the Joe Green brick wall.
Braden Inger's had the brightest second half of the Sharks. 16 points to him. He's 7 of 16 from the field. No luck from three-point range in his 5 attempts, but 8 rebounds. As the Shark side. Well, Mohamed King steals it, and look out below as he throws it down with 2 hands.
With ease.
Without even trying, really. Adam, he drives. Salma with shot and game clock winding down. And an absolute clinic from Jeff Level's Canterbury Rams. 106-55, they've beaten the Southland Sharks. After a first half onslaught where they kept the Sharks to just 8 points in the first quarter and just 10 points in the second. A better second half from the Sharks. 35 points scored in it. But the night belongs to Canterbury. The night belongs to Matt Moy, who did the damage in the first half. 19 points, 20 rebounds. I'll say it again, 20 rebounds for Matt Moyer. Mike Kanina had 21 points and feasted down low. Sunday Detch, 15 points. And a handful of helpers from the young Canterbury Brigade on the return of Taylor Britt, who had a quiet night and didn't need a loud one in this one, as he'll be happy to be back. And the fans will be happy to have him too. As the Rams talk it over, Phil Jones is going to talk it over with Braden Inger from the Southland Sharks.
Braden, tough one for you guys tonight. Obviously the Rams came out with some real purpose in their game and jumped on you guys pretty quickly. One more game to go for you guys in the season. What do you got to do to get a win?
Yeah, we just got to play hard. You know, like our season's been the most disappointing. I'll first tell you that. You know, like we got fans that turn up every week when we have home games, so we just got to come out there, play our basketball, and like just work for them pretty much.
And obviously you've got Rob Beveridge, who's a well-known coach throughout the Australian NBL and now coaching in New Zealand. How have you found him this season?
Yeah, he's been awesome. Like me and him have gone pretty close. Like this season and last season. Yeah, he's just one of the best coaches I've had, so I just try to learn as much as I can from him and just mentors me,
All right, well, all the best for the rest of the season. Good luck for the future in basketball.
So Braden Inga, a bright start in a game full of shadows for the Sharks tonight. But he showed his array of talents through his 16 points. Found his teammates, worked hard, and that first half had a lot of chances that just weren't dropping, and such was the night for the Sharks. As the Rams shake the hands of their fans on their last home game for 2022. We can head over back to Phil, who's with Deshaun Knight.
Deshaun, obviously the game didn't get any easier for you guys into the second half. Game next week, what do you guys do? Got to do a little bit better to get a win.
Aggressiveness, man. I feel like they outplayed us today with the level of physicality they came out, and the Rams always play like that. I remember playing here for years. The Rams always was aggressive, but they played aggressive today. They made shots, open shots. They hit shots, they passed the ball. They played a good game today. I don't know if it was our defense or if it was they just played a really good game today. It was a game they needed. They got the job done, congrats to those guys.
And you obviously played in the New Zealand NBL before. How do you find this year's level compared to previous years?
I think it's great players, man, every time I play. I would say that.
Very PC answer, I'm quite happy about that. So for you personally, plans in the future, heading anywhere that we know about?
Not yet, I'm going through some deals now from back in Europe, maybe the Middle East or things like that, but not too worried about it right now, It's still July, or end of July, but, so we'll see.
All right, all the best and good luck for the future.
A coy, diplomatic, philosophical Deshaun Knight there with Phil Jones as we see the highlights of his game. 13 points, 5 of 11 from the field for Deshaun in this one. And at times he put the Sharks on his back. Against this Canterbury Rams side that did very little wrong. Speaking of putting a team on the back, if you've got a back this large, you can probably get several on. Mike Kadina, 21 points, he's with Phil.
Mike, great game by you guys tonight. Obviously, Judd had you guys fired up to come out and have a pretty good start. Offensively, you guys were just on fire. Defensively, sucking up every rebound. What did Judd say to you guys before the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a week. For us, it's do or die, and we're going to put ourselves in the best spot to go to the playoffs. And it's been a rough week, but, at the end of the day, it showed what we've been doing. So we've got one more week of our regular season, so we're going to push through and do the same thing.
Now, tell me, it looks like you've been working on your three ball, because I've seen you shoot more three-pointers in the last 3 or 4 games than I've seen you shoot in your life. Have you been working out on that three-point line?
I mean, I've just been trying to base my game around you, Phil. Grew up around you in high school, and I was like, I've got to be Phil Jones one day. And
hey, keep it up. You've still got a long way to go, but you might get there. Hey, good luck for the rest of the season. Well done.
Thank you.
Mike Kadina and Phil Jones having a good bit of chat. Mike Kadina, of course, was at Nelson College, so growing up watching Phil Jones at his best. And Mike Kadina was near his tonight at points, just did a bit of everything, working hard for his team, showing off his footwork, showing off that deft touch of his around the rim, and as Phil mentioned, showing off his three ball as he made his way to 21 points on 60% from the field, 9 of 15. Great night for Big Mike. Almost as good as for his teammate Matt Moy, who had 19 points and 20 rebounds. He's with Phil.
Well, Matt Moyer, 19 points, 20 rebounds. You said to me at halftime you take one game at a time. Well, you've got this game out of the way. obviously you'll be looking to have the same performance heading into the next game.
Yeah, it was an excellent team win, great team performance. Our next job is Hawke's Bay. It's going to be a tough team, tough game on the road, so it's going to be exciting.
And I imagine that Judd will be talking about the importance of that game heading into it. Obviously, it's going to have top 6 implications for you guys. So really a must-win for either you or the Hawks. I think if either one of you teams win, you'll be heading into that top 6, so an important one for you guys.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a full week of preparation. I think Judd, he's the best coach in this league, and I pride myself in that. We're going to play for him. We're going to play hard for him. We're going to take a day at a time in our preparation, and we're going to be ready for this game.
A really impressive performance by you tonight, and good luck for the rest of the season. Well done.
Certainly was an impressive performance from the American. He started emphatically. He almost stopped the game early by pulling down the rim, which I'm sure we'll see in this highlight package. He was good from outside and in. He had several offensive putbacks in the first half that set the tone for the Rams throughout the night. And that's the one where he just about destroyed Cowles Stadium. And the fans love him here in this short time so far. Speaking of fans, there they are out on the hardwood, the best part of the Southland NBL, when the fans can get out on the game, on the court, as we see the tale of the tape for this one. 2 for 19 from beyond the arc. It wasn't a pretty shooting night for the Southland Sharks. The rebound count is obscene, 57 to 35. But what a night it was for the Canterbury Rams. So have a look at the ladder. It keeps the Rams relevant. 8 and 9. To Napier they go to take on the Hawke's Bay Hawks. The game with plenty of feeling. Joe Flowell, former Hawk. Mick Downer, former head coach of this very team, the Canterbury Rams. The game here earlier in the season was a buzzer beater by Tawan AG, so that is going to be a fair bit of feeling in that game, and it's going to have some pretty hefty ladder implications, as every game does, for the next 2 weeks of the Southland NBL. The result so far in round 14, tough round for the Sharks this season, of course, done mathematically in the airs. That big comeback on the Rams tonight, one of the biggest wins of the season. Interestingly, 106 is the Rams' highest score of the season. Their second highest was 102 in a game they lost by 1 point to the Sharks. Different tonight. 2 big games still to come. The Hawks against the Jets. Nice little Central North Island rivalry there as the Hawks need a win, and the Saints and the Giants, a big one on Tuesday night from TSB Arena in the capital city. Well, Phil, it's been a big afternoon of basketball. We saw a good game in Tauihi, a good win for the Tokomatua Queens, and a good debut for the next generation of the Jones family as well. And then the Rams have just blown everyone off the court.
Yeah, I think if the Rams manage to make their way into the top 6 and they play like that for the rest of the season, no one's going to want to play against them. They played a really complete game tonight, and well done to them and Coach Judd Flavel, and wishing them all the best moving to the last game of the season. See what happens for them.
More basketball to come. Hawke's Bay and Manawatu tomorrow from 5 o'clock live on Sky Sport. We'll see you there. That's it from us here in Ōtautahi, Christchurch. Tauihi Basketball, Aotearoa and Sal's NBL basketball is cooking. Nice.